Quotes by the Russian writer Fyodor Dostoevsky. Life is not just a series of events. It is a deep experience that requires us to understand the meanings and lessons underlying each experience we go through. We must learn to see the beauty in chaos and seek hope in the darkest moments. The desire for power and authority often leads a person to commit atrocities. But in the end, remorse reminds us that we are human beings and every action has consequences that we must bear. Sometimes it seems that society pushes us toward madness. The psychological pressures and isolation make us doubt ourselves. But in this doubt, we also find an opportunity to reevaluate our values and discover what is truly important in our lives. The demons are not supernatural beings. They are ideas and beliefs that root themselves in our souls. When we allow these ideas to control us, we turn into what we despise and lose our humanity. Love is the force that connects people's souls. Even in the darkest moments, love can be the beacon that guides us to the right path. It is the power that can change everything. I have realized that a person can justify any action, even if it is evil. But in the end, no justification can escape a living conscience. The battle of conscience is the real battle we all face. When we lose hope in humanity, we lose everything. We must believe that there is always a possibility for change, and hope is what makes life worth living, even in difficult times. True understanding between people transcends words. It is the deep feeling that connects hearts and allows us to overcome the boundaries we have set for ourselves. Morality is not just rules or laws. It is values that stem from our human experiences. Understanding these values helps us make the right decisions in our lives. When we face failure, we discover our true strength. Failure is not the end of the world. It is a new beginning for understanding ourselves more deeply and discovering what we are capable of. Intelligence and cunning are not enough to achieve success. We must also have a sense of responsibility for our actions and their impact on others. We must learn how to face the demons that dwell within us. Overcoming these demons is the path to true freedom and personal growth. In a world filled with pressures and challenges, we must remember that humanity requires us to show empathy and understanding. This is what makes us human, and it gives us the strength to stand together. Life is not always fair, but that does not mean we should lose hope. Every difficult experience can be a lesson, and every lesson can lead us to wisdom. When we make a mistake, we must be ready to face the consequences. Acknowledging our mistakes is the first step toward repentance and change. The struggle between good and evil is part of human nature. We must be aware of this dynamic and always strive to choose good. Isolation can be deadly, but it can also be an opportunity for reflection. In moments of solitude, we can discover our depths and confront our fears. True power is not in controlling others, but in controlling ourselves. The ability to manage our feelings and thoughts is what makes us strong. Life is full of choices, and every choice has an impact. We must be careful in our choices and remember that every decision can change the course of our lives. When we talk about God, we must realize that faith is not just words, it is an action. True faith requires us to live according to our values and work for the good. Love is not just fleeting emotions, it is a long-term commitment. It is the ability to sacrifice for others, even when it is difficult. There is always an internal struggle between good and evil. We must be aware of this struggle and always choose the path that elevates our humanity instead of sinking us into darkness. When we lose hope in humanity, we have lost everything. Believing in the ability of humans to change is what gives us the strength to move forward. Sometimes the smallest moments are the most impactful. A smile or a kind word can change someone's entire day. Morality is not just rules to be followed, it is an expression of our humanity. The ability to show empathy and compassion is what distinguishes us from other beings. When we make a mistake, we must be ready to face the consequences. Acknowledging our mistakes is the first step toward repentance and change. A person is the result of their experiences, and every suffering carries valuable lessons. We must learn from our pains and use them as a driving force for growth and change. True communication comes from the heart. We must be sincere in expressing our feelings and listen to others attentively. We must remember that hope is the light in the darkness of life. Even in the toughest times, hope can be the force that drives us forward. Life is filled with pain and suffering, but in every experience we go through, we can find lessons that help us grow and develop ourselves. Pain reflects the strength of our humanity. When we love sincerely, we open our hearts and expose ourselves to risk. But this is the price we pay for the deep experience of life. Love is what makes us human. Great ideas do not come from nowhere. They are shaped by the experiences and challenges we face. We must be ready to confront difficulties because they lead us to growth. True freedom comes with responsibility. When we are free to make our own decisions, we must also be prepared to bear the consequences of those decisions. There is nothing more painful than losing hope. Hope is what gives us the strength to continue even in the darkest times. We must keep this hope alive. In every person, there is an internal struggle between good and evil. Our success in life depends on our ability to overcome the evil within ourselves and strive toward good. Isolation can be a blessing or a curse. Sometimes you need to be alone to discover the depths of yourself, but at other times, isolation can be harsh. Words have immense power. They can be a destructive weapon or a healing remedy. We must use our words wisely, as they reflect what is in our hearts. Life is not always fair, but that does not mean we should lose hope. We can create justice through our actions and our struggle for what is right. In the end, what makes life meaningful are the relationships we build with others. Human connections enrich our existence and make us feel that we belong. Intelligence without emotion can lead to cruelty. Empathy is what turns intelligence into a positive force in the world. Every experience we go through, whether good or bad, contributes to shaping our character. We must accept all aspects of life as each carries a lesson. Disappointment and failure are part of life. Instead of giving up, we should learn from our mistakes and continue to pursue our goals. A person needs hope as a bird needs air. Hope is what gives us the ability to pursue our dreams, even when they seem impossible. Love and understanding are the bridges that connect souls. When we understand each other, we can overcome differences and build deeper relationships.